Behold, the power of the Supreme Primarch!
So why is Sandalphon called the Supreme Primarch? To answer this question, we first must go over what the Supreme Primarch title is. The meaning behind this title is that it belongs to one who is in charge of the 4 Primarchs. Primals who, like the Supreme Primarch, are one of the earliest created primal beasts. Each one was created to regulate an individual element of fire, water, wind, and earth. This title has actually been inherited from the previous Supreme Primarch Lucifer, a primal beast who created Sandalphon under his astral master Lucilius's orders, but never elaborated on why. When the time came for Lucilius to say why, Lucilius told Lucifer that Sandalphon was created to be his spare in case anything fatal happened to him. However, he has surpassed Lucilius's initial expectations given how strong he is, deeming Sandalphon to be useless scrap. Sandalphon overhears this and takes a dark turn, given he pondered why he never had a role while other Archangel primal beasts around him did to support Lucifer for a long time, as these were things he wanted to do. All of these things happened 2,000 years ago from the present time of the main story. Given that Sandalphon now sees his existence as meaningless and feeling betrayed, he tries to destroy that which Lucifer held dear and watches over the evolution of the Sky Realm. Sandalphon had once joined the Origin Beast Rebellion, though for his own reasons. As a result, he gets locked in a cage, or more specifically, the Primal Beast Pandemonium, created specifically to lock primal beasts within it. Years passed until we get to the present era. The main character summons Proto-Bahamut together with Lyria against a Hydra on Chapter 1. Proto-Bahamut's roar produced a shockwave strong enough to shake Pandemonium, create an opening, and allow Sandalphon to escape. After that, Sandalphon had attempted to enact the Cataclysm sometime later on, which was to sink all the floating islands through disrupting the elemental flow that kept the island's buoyancy in check to keep them all afloat through stealing the wings of the elemental Primarchs that regulated the elements. Sandalphon was defeated and taken into Lucifer's core after Sandalphon vented out his frustrations of inferiority. Later, he is transferred out his core and into an Archangel cocoon. Lucifer speaks of his future plans, comparing himself to a father, while Sandalphon and the realm are the children. Lucifer opts to just abandon his role, so he can be equal to Sandalphon and have the other Primarchs do the same. But unfortunately, he is assassinated by the astral Beelzebub. Sandalphon later on finds this out after breaking out the cocoon, and eventually ends up seeing that Lucifer's entire body is stolen and only his head remains. It was at this moment that Sandalphon was given Lucifer's power and title status of Supreme Primarch. Alongside his wishes for the Sky Realm, stopping the threat Lucifer stole away and locked up in Canaan, dubbed Lucilius's legacy, Avatar, and later on, the Fallen Angels. Sandalphon initially objects to this in sorrow, saying he doesn't deserve it, but it's not like Lucifer hears any of it, because he is dying and his 5 senses are shut. However, Lucifer says that Sandalphon and himself must atone for the sin of the cataclysm that struck the Sky Realm, that of which being Sandalphon who sunk the islands, and Lucifer failing to notice Sandalphon's emotions of inferiority that led to that. Sandalphon, after this moment, has defeated all of those that threatened the Sky Realm's destruction on Lucifer's request, and in the end, had the Archangels cede their roles to nature. Sandalphon protects the Sky Realm for the sake of Lucifer, himself, and his friends, who helped show him the light in the dark. In the present day, he now serves coffee on the Grand Cipher at a cafe. Lucifer loved coffee and introduced Sandalphon to it. So this influenced him to run a coffee place. It also reminds Sandalphon of him. This concludes this summary of Sandalphon and why Sandalphon is the Supreme Primarch. If you're interested, you can watch the story trilogy of What Makes the Sky Blue to experience all that happens for yourself.